Hello, my tasty chicky babies and my darling, clever cats.
What are you doing, Mei?
I'm not Mei, I'm CatWoman! We've got Season 4, Episode 5 of the morning show sharpening its claws with our non-spoiler review, spoiler recap, and spoiler review. If you'd like to see more deep dives into the morning show, click here. I'm CatWoman, this is Quork, and we are RavenWing, and wings are delicious.
Rock!
And onward to our catalytic, catastrophic, non-spoiler review. You ever wonder how the morning show keeps the excitement going episode after episode? It may seem impossible to you, like this mask. Too hot. This week's morning show uses rumors, bruised egos, and tense electric moments where you don't know what's coming next. Mia faces a crossroads that could light her fire again or burn down all she's built. Chris takes center stage in a story that dives deep into owning your truth, and Bradley and Cory's spark swings wildly between flirtation and suspicion. You might think office drama is dull, but this episode switches from rooftop romance to newsroom grit to online scrutiny without losing pace. Everyone's pretending they're fine, but the cracks are breaking open. Now, why does it keep us watching?
Betrayal and lies, of course.
Because the show's rhythm pulls you along and you root for characters, even when they stumble. By the end, you're left eager for what's next because nothing here is predictable. And hey, if you're enjoying the ride with us, don't forget to show some love with a like, comment, or even subscribing. It helps give our new channel some legs. And we both want to know what you think of this episode. Now, onward to our spoiler recap. The following content contains a boatload of spoilers. You've been warned. If you're thinking Episode 5 is just more of the usual Yubian drama, think again. This week, Black women have the spotlight. Mia, Chris, and Bree show us that honesty isn't just a nice idea, it's survival.
I don't think I'll survive this review without a snack.
And guest stars Maren Dungy, Ashley Romans, and Nichelle Hines add spice into the unfolding stories, which ask us to consider that honesty isn't just a nice idea, it's survival. Now, it may seem like Mia's Defy Media interview with Joy to the cheerleading of her agent Zarya is a fresh start, but Alex blocks her when Joy calls for a reference. And even though Alex sincerely doesn't want to lose her, Mia's pissed, so she flips the script, teams up with Chris, and calls Alex out for taking her choices away. Alex's job block has left their friendship in tatters. In the newsroom, Bree's losing it with Ben's constant last-minute show changes, and her complaint reaches Alex, who asks Ben to chill. Meanwhile, Chris faces a troll spreading doping rumors, who, plot twist, is her ex-teammate Tundi. How do you handle something like this? Mia pushes her to address the rumor directly, and Chris goes on Bro Hartman's podcast to trade zings. However, Tundi has brought more than rumors. She has a prescription for steroids for Chris.
Oh crap!
And what follows is a genuine, brave confession that turns judgment into empathy on social media. However, her coverage of the upcoming Paris Olympics is thrown into doubt. Now, Bradley genuinely has feelings for Cory, but digging into his phone overshadows everything. She finds a Wolf River file on the dead lawyer, confronts him, and he admits he sent Earl, but knows nothing else. Feeling used, he kicks her out. Then when Bradley gets home, she finds the FBI agent waiting to talk.
Before we swoop into reviewing this tasty morsel of a show, I have a request. If you'd like to support our fledgling channel, flutter over to Mei's Etsy shop. She has designed over 300 art prints, perfect for nesting your space or gifting something delicious. Paper on canvas, framed or unframed, there's a little something for every perch. Now, on to the review.
In a world full of lies, rumor, and intrigue, you might wonder if there's a place for authenticity. This week's morning show cuts to the heart of the matter, and Mia and Chris take center stage. When Mia is blocked from her dream job by Alex, she finally decides to honestly own her self-worth and vision in a whitewashed world that demands perfection from women of color. Her rage is fully earned after eating so much disappointment over past episodes, and it's inspiring to see her take the reins in her own hands. If you're wondering if this self-honest approach works, Chris also faces the rumors head-on, and Nicole Beharie's performance was everything. From the moment she sees the prescription, you have no idea what is going to happen, and her decision-making process had me on the edge of my seat. And when her confession comes, it's so raw, so heartbreaking, so true. For me, it was a peak TV moment. And I say this knowing there's a sea of very capable TV in this era.
Capable? I I thought we were swimming in a sea of shit!
You would think for Mia and Chris, black women are natural allies, but the reality shown here is unpredictable. Joy is swayed from hiring Mia by Alex, and Tunde's envy turns into backstabbing Chris. This reminds us that the stakes for black women navigating power and ambition are higher and more risky than you can imagine. In Arthur the Morning Show News, Reese Witherspoon delivers nerve and heartbreak as Bradley wrestles with guilt, while Cory dances between charm and fury. And while Alex is barely holding the network together, what will happen down the line if their Olympics deal gets axed, Celine gets revenge on Stella, who happens to be the network CEO, or Bradley reveals proof of the cover-up? We all want to know. This episode was amazing, and I'm giving it a 10.
I'm giving Mei a 0 for no snacks!
And what do you guys think? We'd love to talk story in the comments. If you enjoyed this evening prowl, don't forget to like, subscribe, or maybe even share it with a fellow feline. Also, check out this link here for a native Hawaiian, as in me, coverage of Chief of War. Thank you for watching, safe hunting in the backyard of life, and to you we say...
Adios, MFs!
And aloha, boy.